If you've owned VR for any serious stretch of time, odds are you've either encountered advertising for or tried an app like Big Screen. While it might not be the first VR experience that comes to mind when someone asks you what VR is all about, watching movies in virtual reality is one of the best uses for the medium discovered so far. What you decide to watch in VR varies from person to person, but the reason for putting on a headset to watch a video or movie you could have just as easily caught on your phone is universal in and out of a headset. The bigger the screen, the better you feel about your life choices. I mean, that has to be the reason people drop hundreds if not thousands of dollars on something as simple as a TV, right? Besides taking up more real estate on your wall and rocking more pixels, the differences between televisions are negligible. Yeah, some let you connect to the internet or access apps like Netflix, YouTube, or whatever other streaming service created out of cable companies' desperation that you find, but at the end of the day, they all serve the same purpose. So, it stands to reason that people that invest big money into big screens are doing so for some form of self-gratification, or at least to make the painful passage of time a little more palatable. The funny rectangle in your hand or on the wall is there to help you watch what you want to watch, and for once, size really doesn't matter all that much. So, I believe that the size of the screen doesn't matter when it comes to watching my favorite movies or shows. You might try to ask me why I choose to watch what I really want to watch in VR and not on my phone, since I don't care about the size of the screen, but you'd just be talking to another rectangle, silly. I can't hear you. Or can I? I don't watch every video or movie I want to catch in VR. I usually reserve the full VR treatment, especially the big screen treatment, for movies or shows that I want to sit down and devote all of my attention to. Instead of listening to movies or podcasts, I usually listen to various shows I've already made my way through numerous times while I clean my room or take out the trash. I might prop my iPad up against my cereal box as I eat breakfast, and if I'm feeling fancy, I'll play a show or movie's audio over a Bluetooth speaker while I shower. Hopping into VR can be a time commitment, and it just isn't worth settling into my recliner and popping on my headset every time I want to catch the last half of an episode of Batman Beyond I started earlier in the week while I was picking up dog poop. On the other hand, there are some movies that I've refused to watch anywhere other than VR now. I've missed movie theaters, at least watching movies in movie theaters. Big Screen allows me to watch a movie in my own private theater without having to deal with the degenerates of the world whose seemingly sole purpose is to ruin my movie-going experience.
Turn it off! Turn off your phone! Turn off the flash, you fucking moron!
I've really only missed the theaters themselves, the dimming lights before a show, the smell of popcorn that's been baked into every wall, and the gentle glow of the emergency signs just on the edges of my vision. Besides the smell of popcorn, which can be remedied with a quick visit to the microwave, Big Screen scratches the itch left by the absence of theaters in my life. The clarity of my original Rift might not offer the clearest picture, but the size of the screen and convincing environments that fill up my peripherals more than make up for the drop in visual clarity. More modern headsets like the Valve Index or Oculus Quest 2 have the potential to kill theaters off for good. As streaming services quickly encroach on the film industry, watching major releases from the comfort of your home has become more and more common. Instead of pouring hundreds or even thousands of dollars into a home theater setup, something that many people don't even have enough space in their homes to implement, you can buy an Oculus Rift or a Quest 2 and a premium pair of headphones for less than the cost of a new Xbox or PS5 and have your own home theater a button press away. Not to mention that fancy machine you just purchased to have your own home theater experience. It also allows you to enter new worlds and opens the doors to hundreds of experiences that are more than worth your time and money. According to USA Today, before the pandemic beat theater chains into submission, the average cost of a movie ticket nationwide hovered around $9.11. For the price of tickets and concessions for a small family to go catch Romeo and Juliet in theaters, you can buy a premium VR title like Half-Life Alyx and have enough spare cash on hand to get a nice luxury meal at the Bell. Big Screen is a familiar name to pretty much anyone that owns a VR headset and offers an excellent alternative to real-world theater trips for the whopping price of $0. But I feel like another way to catch your favorite YouTube channels or TV shows in VR is all too often overlooked. Oculus is no stranger to clunky user interfaces, especially those utilized by the Rift line of headsets. Facebook's turned their gaze to mobile VR headsets, but analyzing the reasons for doing so isn't what I want to focus on in this video. In spite of the many hiccups and shortcomings found in Oculus's tethered VR headsets user interfaces, one feature all but makes up for any issue I can find with the software. The feature I'm referring to is the ability to access your desktop virtually. This feature in itself is incredibly useful for switching between VR applications without having to take the headset off of your head. But what elevates it from an extremely useful feature of the UI to an irreplaceable feature of my headset in general is the ability to pin the desktop in place in any VR application. If I want to relax and listen to, say, an episode of Half in the Bag while I explore a vast solar system found in no man's sky, I can do so by squishing and repositioning the window to fit snugly in my starship's cockpit. If I want to watch my friend play a game over Discord, I can catch a stream while I break a sweat in Beat Saber. I can pull up a guide to help me find the last few ammo stashes in one of Boneworks' grand levels, or follow along with the complicated redstone build in Minecraft VR. I can even binge a show I'm trying to finish before my free trial ends while finishing up my cozy treehouse in the forest. The ability to pin a desktop anywhere within my field of view or outside of it has proven to be invaluable to me. Besides allowing me to watch whatever I want, whenever I want in VR, it allows me to monitor my gameplay when I record for videos much like the one you're watching right now. This feature might just be one of the few legs that Oculus has up on their competitors when it comes to VR accessibility and convenience. I'm aware of Steam's desktop window, but the disruptive nature of Steam's VR user interface puts it a few pegs below Oculus's. I've never interacted with any other Windows mixed reality headsets nor their UI, so I'm unaware of any feature they might have to rival Oculus's. The ability to move and resize whatever you want to watch while in a VR application is something straight out of Iron Man, and while it might not be as cool as Marvel made it look, these kinds of features strike me as the catalysts for widespread adoption of VR or AR devices. Normal distracted driving is already cool as hell. Imagine how much cooler it could be if you had a movie blocking out all the boring shit in front of you like stop signs or old ladies. If for some reason you refused to download an app like Big Screen or Virtual Desktop, you could even make do with the Oculus home environment. While not as well suited to home theater activities, the ability to customize your surroundings might be tempting enough to make the lack of features offered by Big Screen worth it. Put simply, VR can change the way you watch YouTube, TV shows, and movies in multiple ways. You can try to ape the whole theater experience with one of Big Screen's best environments and your own popcorn and sody pop, or you can take a more passive approach and let the show follow you on whatever adventure you decide to get into in virtual reality. If you've made it this far into the video, you should consider swinging by my Discord server. Starting with next week's video, I want to start answering 1 or 2 questions from my subscribers every week, and the best way to get your question to me will be through the Discord. Also, if you swing by, you'll be able to say hi to me and everyone else who's joined so far, and maybe catch behind the scenes footage like this conversation I loaded into while getting footage for this video.
Dude, can I ask you a question? Have you sexually assaulted somebody?
Why can't it be equal? You're supposed to
Dude,
equality. I'm saying, why can't it be equal?
You sound like you might have assaulted somebody.
Entice him and be pursued by the group. I like to flirt with like 4 women at a time.
The
and
group.
One of them comes to me.
What the?